start with a slip knot, and then we're going to chain 41 chains. Once I have my 41 chains, I'm going to add 5 extra chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These five chains are going to act like 3 double crochets and chain 2, and then I'm going to skip extra 2, and into the 8th stitch I'm going to make my first double crochet. So you're going to skip 7 chains and in the 8th make your double crochet. Then I'm going to chain 2, then I'm going to skip 2, and into the 3rd one I'm going to make a double crochet like that. So chain 2, skip 2, 1, 2, and into the 3rd double crochet. So chain 2, skip 2, into the 3rd double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, then double crochet. So you're going to do this up to the end of the row. When you're remaining with that one last stitch, I'm going to meet you there. So you're going to be having 12 of these little boxes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So for this last stitch, you're going to chain 2, and into the last, skip 2, into the last stitch here, make your first double crochet like that, and then you're going to chain 2 into the same box, into the same stitch. You're going to make another double crochet like that, and then chain 2 into the same stitch. You're going to make your 3rd double crochet. We have already 3, and chain 2 into the same stitch, your last double crochet. So you're going to be having 4 double crochets into the same stitch like that. So chain 2, and you're going to continue on this side too and make your double crochets like that. Chain 2 into this space, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, and make your double crochet. So repeat this until you're at the last stitch, and then I'll meet you there. This is how it's going to be looking like. So to our last stitch, you're going to chain 2, and you remember the 7 that you skipped here. You're going to skip 2, so 1, 2, and into the 3rd one here, you're going to make your double crochet just like that. Then chain 2, make your next double crochet like that. Then also chain 2 and make your 3rd double crochet, and this is going to act like our 4th double crochet. So chain 2, and then you're going to skip 3 chains here. So 1, 2, 3, and into the 3rd one you're going to make your slip stitch just like that. So that's the end of the bottom part of our bag. So on this side you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and here 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So onto the second row, you're going to start with 5 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're going to skip these 2 chains, and into this stitch here you're going to make your double crochet like that. Then chain 2, skip these 2, and on top of this stitch you're going to make your double crochet like that. Chain 2 onto this stitch, your double crochet, just like that. Going to be chain 2, and then into this stitch, the previous stitch, make a double crochet. So chain 2, then onto the next stitch, double crochet. Corner where we made our 4 double crochets here, we're going to chain 2 and double crochet on top of this part, then chain 2, double crochet on the next one, chain 2 here, double crochet on this part. As you can see, it starts to forming the body of the bag. Then chain 2 onto this one, the first 5 chains that we made, you're going to skip up, but onto the skip 2, and then in the third you're going to make your slip stitch like that. So that's the second row of our bag. So next you're going to chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then make a double crochet into the next one, just like that. Chain 2, then double crochet on the previous stitch like that. Chain 2, double crochet onto the next one, chain 2 here. So you're going to continue with this same pattern until you have the number of rows that you want for your bag, and then I'll meet you back, and then we'll start working on the back straps. So this is the full mesh bag that I made. I made about 16 rows, and now we are going to start working on the back strap. To work on the back strap, you're going to start by chaining 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Once you have your 5 chains, into the next one you're going to make a double crochet, just like that, as you had been doing in the previous rows. Then chain 2, make another double crochet. So you're going to make 13 double crochets, up to the other end where where another back strap is going to be made. So as you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 double crochets. For the second row, I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to turn my work, and then I'm going to make a double crochet into the next stitch. As you can see, it's forming a little triangle, so it's going to act as our first decrease at this point. And then I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then make a double crochet into the next stitch, and I'm going to continue with the double crochets until I'm remaining with 2 last stitches here. I'm going to make 10 double crochets up to that point. Oh, sorry. So make 10 double crochets. Last points, this and this, I'm going to make a decrease, so chain 2 and then yarn over into this space. I'm going to make my first decrease like that, and then yarn over. At this point I'm going to count 3, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to insert my hook at the third point here like that, and then yarn over. I'm going to remain with 3 loops on my hook, then yarn over. That's going to be my decrease. Then I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work, and this is how it's going to be looking like. On the other side, you're also going to start maybe from here and end at this point. You're going to be having also 14 double crochets to make there. So after you've made like that, you're going to make your first slip stitch onto the chain here, just like that, and then you're going to continue with slip stitches up to the end of the row. So onto just one loop, not all the 2 loops. So make them up to this point, and then I'll meet you there. Once I've made them up to this point, this is how your bag is going to be looking like. And then onto this side, you're just going to make on this loop here, so just like that. And you're just going to make them on this chain until you're onto this space here. So once I'm on this part, because where I started my double crochets, it's consigning with this point here, so I'm going to continue making double crochets for these 2 chains, so for this part until I get to my 3rd double crochet here. so like that. Once I'm at this point, I'm going to chain 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to make a double crochet into the next stitch, and then I'm going to chain 2 and make double crochet into the next space. I'm going to repeat 2 chain double crochet 10 times up to the other side. So chain 2 double crochet, chain 2 double crochet to the next space. Repeat that up to the end of the row. So once I've made my 13 double crochets, I'm going to the second row. So chain 3 chains and turn your work, and then I'm going to make a double crochet into the next space. That's going to act as our first decrease, and then you're going to chain 2 and make a double crochet into the next space. So chain 2 double crochet into the next space, chain 2 double crochet to the next space, and I'm going to repeat this 10 times, so I'm going to be having a total of 10 double crochets. Make this until you're remaining with 2 last stitches, and then I'll meet you there. So 2 chains double crochet in the next space. Once you're remaining with 2 last stitches, we are going to make our decrease. So chain 2 and then double crochet into that stitch, yarn through 2 loops, and then we are going to make another double crochet to the 5 chains that we made in the first space. So count 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. In the third chain, we are going to make another double crochet, yarn through 2, and then yarn through all 3. So that's going to be our second decrease. So after you have that, you're going to go to the next row, chain 1 and turn your work. So we're going to make a slip stitch into the chain space like before. So slip stitch onto that side, and we're going to be making slip stitch throughout this row. Once I've made up to that part, your slip stitches are going to be looking like that. So we're going to continue with the slip stitches up to the next rows that we made on top of it. So just continue with your slip stitches for this entire space. Once we've made the slip stitches to that point, we are going to make a single crochet there, and we're going to make our bag strap for the bag. So for the chain strap, we are going to be making about 80 chains for the, I'm going to repeat myself a lot, so make 80 chains for the strap. Once I have my 80 chains, I'm going to join them to the bag using a slip stitch. So at the end of the bag where we made our first decrease, that's where I'm going to join my strap to the bag. So make them using a slip stitch. And then I'm going to continue with my slip stitches to the other side of the bag. You're just going to be using one loop in making the slip stitches. So make them to the other side at the first decrease for the other side of the bag. Continue with them up to the first decrease. When we have reached there and made a single crochet, we're going to make a strap of 80 chains. Then join it to the bag using a slip stitch. Those are the 2 chains that I've made, and now I'm going to continue with the slip stitches. So continue making them, and you're going to make them even onto the straps of the bag to make them a bit tighter. So continue with your slip stitches up to the other side of the bag, and then you're going to cut off your yarn. So this is my full mesh bag that I've made. I made 1 row of the slip stitches. If you want, you can add another row. So thank you for watching my tutorial, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.